Hey guys, welcome. So happy to see you all here. Okay, actually, let's start. I know it's just the four of you, but still, let's start right now and we'll see if the others make it in time. Okay, we're going to start with a quick round of reflections. Tell me, tell me where you feel stuck with your ideas. So share that with the group and share one thing that you are super excited by in the coming week. Cool. All right. Naima, you can.
What was the second thing you said?
What are you excited by in the coming week?
Okay, so I don't really know where I feel stuck. Maybe to find people who would be right to help me out with like signing up to my organization. And like finding out who would be like fit for the jobs that I would need them to do. Um I wait, the second one was where I feel. What was the second one again?
What are you excited about in the coming week?
Oh, I'm so excited to actually get like a little office. I'll feel so like professional. I'm so excited for that.
No, don't be sorry. That's super cool. All right, Arnav, you're next.
All right. I actually had some internet connection instability. Can you just repeat the question again?
Sure. Jericho also just joined us, so I'll repeat the question for both of you. We're just doing a round of check-in. I want you to tell us where you feel stuck with the idea, with your idea, and what is the one thing and I can't hear you if you're speaking.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, that's better.
All right, just give me a second. I'm just checking my internet connection.
No problem, no problem. You can take your time to set up. Nada, if you have better internet, you want to go?
Yeah, sure. Where do I feel stuck with my idea? If I'm gonna be able to create something by the end of the expo, what am I excited for in the coming weeks? Graduating, because I feel like it's gonna be a huge accomplishment seeing everyone very happy and excited and just going forward with their idea. But I will be upset that I am graduating at the same time because I'm gonna miss everyone in these calls.
Yeah, but you're not graduating next week. Relax. You have time. So chill. And you have enough time to also get your idea in place. Don't worry about it. Okay. We can pass it on to Selma.
Okay, so where I feel stuck with my idea is I think it's just like the doubts I have like in what direction I want to go and just in general like that I don't have yet like a clear vision and that I don't know, like I said, in what direction I'm going with that business. But what I'm looking forward to is I still have to start the interviews, and I think that will be very exciting next week. And I also have to see how I will manage everything to get under one head because I have like a lot to do and many exams to write in the next few weeks. Because I was in quarantine, so I missed out on like 5 big exams. And yeah, so I will try my best, but I think it will be fine.
Yeah, I know you have a really busy week ahead. Okay, Jerica, we're just checking in with two questions. One is, what are you stuck with in your idea? And the second is, what are you looking forward to in the coming week?
So I don't really. Can you hear me?
Yes,
Yeah,
now.
I can hear you.
Yes. So we can't hear you anymore.
Okay, I can't hear you again. Yeah. Okay, I think Arnav and Jerika are having issues with internet. Anyway, I'm very excited about today because today we get to do a lot of like actively working with tools and exploring different apps and really taking our idea to the next level in terms of management, right? So you're done with the ideating bit. You've thought about the idea. I feel like as a mentor, I feel like all of you just need to think about the detailing. You need to think about the actual experience that the customer will have, right? So, ooh, Valentina and Drim have also joined us. Yay! All right, great. Let them just enter the room, and I'm going to repeat this then. Hey, Valentina. Hi, Rim. All right, cool. So I was just telling everybody about today. What we're going to do today is you're done with the ideating bit, right? You've thought about the idea. Now we really need to think in detail about what happens when the customer actually signs up. What happens when customer? How is the customer coming to find your product? What's the first they see? So, for example, let's say if we take School of Future, right? The stepwise ideation would be detailing as to what's the first screen that the student sees when they tap into the website. What are the different panels that the website is divided in? Like, you know, you have the skills section, you have the profile section. You can also think of this in terms of when you first signed up for Instagram or Facebook. What was your experience? How did you reach that place? What did they ask you for? Um, and you know, like step by step, really build in the customer journey. And to do that, today we will be using some tools. I'm going to share my screen and hopefully, can all of you see this? It's a blank screen right now, but when it loads, I hope you'll be able to see it. Okay, can you guys see this?
Yes.
Yes.
All right, great. So, this is actually the prototype of School of Future itself. Why should we prototype? Because we have to really make sure that before we hit the market, we have all the basic hurdles that we may face. We've thought of it already. So, to do this, the first exercise we're going to do today is called the River of Life. All of you take a pen and paper, and the River of Life is very similar to the problem tree that you did. The problem tree is very specific to your product or service, and the River of Life is sort of you actually have to draw a river that originates from the mountains and goes and sort of finishes into the sea or the ocean. But this particular river of tree is that you are thinking about the next 10 years of your product or your service. Um, I want you to mark at least 5 milestones. Like, let's say, with Nada's example, okay? If Nada is thinking of an app which is going to help people think of beauty in a different way and connect that to photography, right? What are the milestones? Maybe 1,000 people downloading the app is the first milestone. Maybe the next milestone is getting some really influential people from the net to collaborate with you. Maybe the third milestone could be actually collaborating with Instagram. But think of where you really want to take this idea. What is the possibility of this idea? who are the big names in the business that you want to one day associate your name with. Or if you don't want to associate your name with anybody but want to build your own name, even that is cool. But think about it. So we're going to, okay, by my watch, it is, wait, I don't have a watch. Okay, it's 7:45 by Indian time. Take 10 minutes, look at the questions on the screen, and actually build 5 milestones. Yeah, does that make sense, guys?
Are we supposed to write those 5 milestones like in one line, or how is it like visually
I'm
supposed
going
to?
okay, wait, I'm going to stop sharing and I'm going to show you in video. Stop share, switch to video. Okay, so if I was to make my river of life, you have to really sort of excuse my drawing skills. Um, it's a really not bad drawing, okay? I'm apologizing from before. But it sort of starts in the mountains, oh, sorry, the mountains, and then the river goes and meets the sea, right? So then the 5 milestones are going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. When you build the 5 milestones, yeah, do you see the milestones that I've marked? When you build the milestones, it's important that you give them a timeline. So let's say if I'm starting my business in 2020, then my first milestone happens in 2020. Maybe my second one happens by 22. And maybe the third one is also 22. Maybe I'm just giving myself 6 month gaps between my milestones. So it's like a timeline of what is the future of your company, right? So that's my first timeline, that's my second timeline, that's my third one, and really write it down. One exercise that really helps me with this is we'll go around the room and give me five. I think I've done this with you guys in the first call that we had. Individually, we've done this. I don't know if I've done it with everyone, but I remember I've done it with a couple of you. Individually, we'll go around the room right now and tell me 5 adjectives that you want to associate with your brand. What are the 5 words that you want your brand to be known as? Nada, do you want to go first?
Yes, 5 adjectives in my brand. I'd say fame, like as in popularity. I want it to be very known. Um, Collaboration, uh, positivity. Wait, what is it called? Freedom of expression. And lastly, be yourself. That's it. Very poorly thought of, but I was put on the spot.
Was the last one fearless or be yourself?
Is it just me or is Nikita lagging with everyone?
Yeah, with me too.
Yeah, I couldn't hear what you said.
What I asked was, is this better, guys?
Yes, way better.
Yep.
Yeah, okay. So I asked, was the last one fearless or was it be yourself?
It was be yourself.
Okay. So what helps me when I do this exercise is these 5 words that you've just thought of. It's always a good idea to sort of just plot those on the timeline. Okay. And then think about activities that you want to do around those. So for example, if I say positivity, right? And let's say that's a landmark that I want to reach by next year. How do I create positivity? And that's how I get where my company will be in the next 10 years, and how will I inculcate these core values? What are the activities I can do? For example, the one that you have second, which is collaboration. You can collaborate with other app. You could also, one of the very cool ideas that I think we were discussing, Nada, was how we can collaborate with teenagers and actually like ask them to be ambassadors for the app, to be on the app, to like have live stories of actually what people face. And that could be a very collaborative element. So
Very
that's how
laggy.
you sort of I'm going to switch video off. I'm just going to rejoin to make sure this doesn't happen, okay? Is this better?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes, don't put your video on.
it's probably the video, yeah. All right, cool. So, you has everybody understood the river of life? Okay.
Wait, can we draw
I'm
the river and like make like a milestone, for example, a rock or like a tree passing by the river?
Yeah. And so the easiest way to do it is really think about what are the attributes that you want your company to be associated with. And therefore, just think about these pointers. You see this point saying company culture is basically that. Like, how do you want your customers to feel? What do you want your employees to feel? All of that.
Question.
Hmm.
Do companies like Instagram and Facebook and all of those have actual employees?
Yeah, of course. In fact, Facebook is one of the best companies to work with. Well, not according to the ethics, but according to culture, they are. So you know what? Like all these reels that you see on Instagram, Insta's biggest department is actually marketing, because they have to constantly build new content that they can source out to their customers. So they have a really massive office, I know, massive staff and employee to make them work. It may look really okay. You know what? This is important, guys. Before you get into the river, I think river is something you can do even as homework. Okay, where are you guys? Okay, you're right here. I'm going to stop sharing. Let's talk about how a company is built. Okay, so let's say I have an idea. We do a test phase, but once the test is passed, like once we get positive results from our test, then you have to think about different departments. You have to think about one department that's actually the face. So especially if I'm talking about an app, you need a huge team for back end work, like a team. I'm going to tell you guys about School of Future, right? So when we work on School of Future, there are the mentors like me who handle all our students. Then there's a whole back end of engineers who keep working on the website, to update the website, to make different changes in the website, to make sure that it's user friendly every day. It's not like we build it once and forget about it. Like they work on it every day. That's all their job is. Then you have a sales team. The sales team is the team that gets in touch with you, asks you about your interest, explains to you what School of Future is, and that's how we sort of get you enrolled with us. That's our sales team's job. And then we have a marketing team that looks after our Instagram, all our social media accounts, just to make sure that everything that we do is constantly generating more and more community. Then there is a whole community management team which looks after Discord. We also try to think of what are the different kinds of activities that we can do which engage you more than what you already are? Like, how do we get you to become, even after these 100 days, how do we get you to sort of be a part of School of Future even outside of those 100 days? So it's an entire system that you put in place. And that's why I, on our one-on-one calls, I keep asking you really tough questions like, what is your customer getting? Why is your customer coming to you? Each of these sessions that we have an entire Excel sheet which tells us that, okay, now your student is on prototyping. These are the things that you do with them for prototyping. So you really have to think down to the minutest detail and figure that out. Does that make sense?
Yes.
All right, cool. I'm going to share again and hopefully. All right. So let's do River of Life as a outside exercise. Don't worry about it. You can do this as your homework. It's just that I really want you to envision your company. I want you to think about, these are the kind of things that I want you to think about. How do your friends check in? How do you do a live session? Like, the exercises we play, like last time we did that exercise of yes, and in the beginning we did the exercise of problem tree. These are all very thought out things. Like, we are very standardized about, all right, our student is in the third week and now we need to introduce them to the problem tree so that they really start thinking about the causes and the effects, and they can then sort of draw. The reason you do interviews is so that you understand how dangerous making assumptions is, and therefore you don't make that mistake, and whatever idea you think of is really genuine and comes from, not from getting influenced by what is in trend, but from what you specifically feel like is genuinely an issue. All right, so um, these are some of the ways that you can actually think of prototyping, which is customer sampling, categorizing the finding, hosting a live session. By the way, you guys will have to also do that, all right? You will have to host a live session at some point. And friends check-in. This is the first tool that I'm going to introduce to you guys for prototyping. It's called a live session. Let's say, for example, Naima is here. All right. Naima's idea is of creating that NGO for youth, right? But how do you get the right kind of people? How do you get the kind of people that you actually want to be a part of your company? That's where the live session comes in, where you host a live session and you say, you invite people and you explain to them, this is my vision. Like, I want to create a safer environment for children. And I think we can do that if like-minded people get together and therefore create like a collective. And then you will have questions from the people who attend your live session. Like, people will ask you, okay, how do you plan to do this? Where do I sign up for this? What are the different sort of steps to becoming a member? And that's why before the live session happens, we need to really know, how are we getting people on board? That's why this week, every call that I had, I kept asking you guys, how are you doing it? Tell me, like, go down to the minutest detail and tell me, if I'm a customer, how am I coming to your platform? Am I signing up through my Insta account? Am I signing up with an email? How are you verifying if I am the person that I say I am? So you really have to think through like things like that. All right. The second tool for prototyping is something called customer pairing interactions. This is generally done when you are, let's say my problem tree, or the problem that I want to solve, is of homophobia. I want to make people, or I'm actually going to take a live example. One idea that Yara was playing around with is Islamophobia. So if that is something that I want to solve, it's also important for me to understand, why does Islamophobia actually exist? And there we do these customer pairing interactions. Like, somebody who might show symptoms of being Islamophobic with somebody who's definitely not, and just having a dialogue between these two people, that like actually talking to people, not making assumptions, not making judgments, but creating a safe space where they can sort of talk to each other. Is that clear? Can I move on to the next one?
Yeah, go on.
Yeah. All right. The mission statement, I'm just going to like play this for you. Tell me if you can't see the, or tell me if you can't hear the audio. Right. So that video that you saw is actually one of the SOFA alumni. And the problem that he identified was that 41% of homeless people are ex-convicts. And that's something he really wanted to change. Like he wanted to change how that was seen. Now, the video that you saw is his introductory video that basically tells you how he arrived at the problem statement, which is his own research. And then I don't know if you remember, there's this slide in the middle where it's actually a mind map of he's thinking of how do I actually convey this problem to people. And that's what an explainer video does. An explainer video takes into account what is your research that has helped you to come to the problem statement, and what is the mind map that you've made to move ahead. Like what are the possible solutions that you've thought of. Cool. Okay, the next tool that this is something I don't even need to like honestly tell you guys about, because I'm sure social media, each of you is definitely better than I am at it, but you know how social media can be such a strong tool to help build your idea and outreach. Okay, building a website thanks to Wix has again become superbly easy. Like there are these 4 website building resources that we've mentioned downstairs, which is Wix.com, Strikingly.com, WordPress, and Shopify. Shopify, if you're looking at products in particular. The other 3, if you're looking to build like a platform of interaction, a forum, then Wix and the others are really good. The other one is smartphone sketches. Now, this is what I mean by, if you think that you're building an app, actually building the app could like needs different levels of expertise, of engineering, of coding. So forget that bit, but just sketch out what do you want the app to look like. When I open it, what is the design that I'm looking at? And for that, there are a couple of really good resources in this slide, which is Sneak Peek It, Marvel App, and Adalo. I've used Marvel App, and it's actually like, for me, it was pretty simple. I'm sure you guys will also find it easy. The other is Figma. Now, what is Figma? Figma is just like a design software, which gives you, it's honestly like it gives you templates and you just have to click through it, and it makes your the experience that you have planned, it brings that to life. Okay, so you can definitely try Figma as a prototype. Also, what I will do when I send you out into the contest, I'm going to send you this PPT, so that if there's anything that you want to use from this PPT or any of the resources, you can just go and refer back to it. Yeah. All right. The website forum is it's like a website. It's generally it's embedded within a website, but the reason a forum is different is because it's more open. It gives people a chance to actually talk. It's like a chat room, basically. E-commerce is for products. So let's say who was I talking to yesterday? I think Salma, it was you, right? Salma and I were having this amazing conversation about how there's a woman on Instagram who's created a product which can help prevent rape, right? And so if it's actually a product that you're looking at, then I would say e-commerce is the best way. Like, I know one of the ex-sofas wanted to create an e-commerce website to do with everything bamboo, because she was like, enough of using plastic. Bamboo is a better alternative. And she got in touch with all these different bamboo cutlery manufacturers, bamboo toothbrush, bamboo like phone stands and keychains. And then she put up their products on an e-commerce site. So that's also something that you can look at. Pinterest is again the same, like using social media, except that this helps you more in outreach. Another thing you all definitely do know, but I'm just going to reiterate it, is hashtags. Create fun hashtags for your business. That's one of the best ways to take it out into the world. Quiz course curriculum. Now, I don't remember whose idea this was, but I think it was another cohort. But they were thinking of building challenges, like 21-day challenges, to make people become. Actually, it was Portia's idea. I think it's Portia's idea to make people become more ecologically conscious. So, how do you actually bring a behavior change in a human being? Like, how do you make them assess what their lifestyle is like? And we were discussing and we realized probably one of the better ways is to build a website which sort of gives them 21-day challenges, 1 week challenges, and says, hey, if you this was you guys, you guys were ideating this with Portia's idea, that hey, you complete this 1 week challenge and then you have some sort of reward system. But in that 1 week, you've already made some sort of behavior change in your lifestyle, which is greener and more mindful than before. Customizing needs, making different tabs. These are really easy. Physical activities and scavenger hunts. It's something that I think, again, Naima can benefit from, because she's thinking of not necessarily like an app, but a physical space. So these two websites will help you to get activities, but also testing those activities out with friends. Like if you've designed a scavenger hunt, it would be good to like get people together, do the scavenger hunt and see how it goes. All right, now the things that are a must for everyone. Remember that you're trying to solve a real problem, and that's why we go through the whole assumption phase, so that we make sure it's not something that's in your head, but actually people feel like that's a problem. This is just an example, but you could also do something like this, that have your friends and customers take a real-time moment. So like actually engage with your customer for over a week. Talk to them every day. ask them every day about their about the product. Like that's the testing phase where you're every day taking feedback just so that you can build it better. And now we've come to our team challenge. Great. Okay. So the team challenge today is that I'm going to divide you into two teams because there are 8 of you. And I'm going to give you the PPT that I just shared. You have to use 2 to 5 tools and actually build something and test it out. Okay. So let's say the tools that you've chosen, I'm going to stop sharing now. Right. So let's say the tools that you've chosen are a website and a physical scavenger hunt and like let's say something else, social media. Then you actually have to build a website and a social media account and actually design, if not conduct. Like I would like it if you went out and conducted a scavenger hunt, but with the pandemic and everything, you at least have to design it. Like you have to tell me, okay, there are 2 teams, this is the first challenge, this gives them the second clue, then this is the second challenge, and that's how we break it out. Cool. Is that clear?
I have a question. So should we like create those? Should we just randomly think of something, or does it have to do something with our businesses?
It would be good. So what I want you guys to do is you're 4 in each team. Actually, let's just go around the room. And I know that some of you have very similar genres of idea at least. So Nana, I know yours is beauty, and actually just go around the room. Tell me what you see your idea as, and then we'll group people. And I'll group people according to what you're working on, so that the product that you create and the tools that you use are somewhere going to be helpful for your individual products as well. Does that make sense? Okay, Nara, go first.
Okay. Can we use prototyping outside of the slide, or is that not possible?
Can you use what?
Prototyping tools outside of the slideshow.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I would be so happy if you use tools outside of this. But just let's go around the room once and sort of tell the area that we want to work on. So I know that Nada's is beauty. Nada, do you want to rephrase that? Do you want to say photography more than beauty?
I'd say both have an equal share, and as in terms of prototyping, I'm gonna go towards an app.
Okay, great. Naima, so your prototyping choice and your topic.
So, wait, I'm confused to be honest on exactly what we're supposed to be doing.
Okay, and then the groups get time until Tuesday. So today is Saturday, you get Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. You get 3 days to develop an idea together and also make the first prototype. And so that we can have groups that are similarly thinking in the similar lines, I want you to tell me what is the prototyping tool that you think will work best for your idea, and also what is the category that you are working on.
Then maybe like a website would work best.
Cool. Yeah. And what's the topic? What's the problem you're trying to solve? Naima, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Can you tell me your problem category exactly?
To like the problem statement.
Yeah.
So, okay. So how to change the way children are treated and how the justice system works for them.
Okay, cool. Selma, I know you're working with women's safety, and what is the kind of what the last we discussed, you were thinking of a physical device, right?
So I well, I'm not fully sure, I have to say. But yes, I was thinking of like possibly like one product I could like do, but well, maybe should I just start with my problem statement and like my prototype tool?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so my problem statement would be pretty much I want to make a change in gender inequality, and I want to create that change by getting people to understand that we do not have to make certain decisions based on other people's genders or like treat them differently because of that. And it's also just a lot about empowerment because of insecurities and expectations that were created by gender inequality and standards. So I think I personally would be able to do this on a platform like social media, for example, or also with live sessions, like talking to people and starting the conversations.
Perfect. Okay. Arnav, I know yours is quite clear. A financial aid application, right?
Yeah, well, it's basically like three things. It's financial ed, and a social circle.
Right. And the prototype the tool you're looking at is definitely an app.
Yeah, definitely an app. But like I'm also like building a website and connecting to social media.
Okay, cool. Um, Jerica, what is, if you can tell us your problems statement exactly, and what is the tool that makes you most excited?
I I'm leaning more toward climate change and like plastic pollution, and I'm probably going to make a website and other social media accounts too. But yeah, something like that.
Cool, that works. That works. Valentina?
Yes. So my problem is basically I want to solve some problems with miscommunication and oppression by teaching people how to speak for themselves and create their own opinion and things, and all of that based on human sciences. And so I think my prototype is going to be a website, but I'm also going to ask my classmates to like make a trial, I guess, where we're going to speak about something important, and that might be next week. So yeah, I think that's
Great. So happy to know about that. All right, Rim?
Yeah, I want to do. I want to make an app where. So my main idea is that people don't throw good food away. So I want to make an app where you can just type in what you have at home, and then you can cook with the leftovers. Or if you don't want to eat these leftovers, you can also give it to other people. So there's also a tool where you can just bring the leftovers to the place where you can bring it.
Cool. Okay, that works. Um, Yara, have we lost you? Okay, so the last conversation I had with Yara, I know that she was thinking of education, and the medium that she wanted to use was something apart from like websites. She was looking at podcasts, and I thought that was super interesting. Like to actually have a
Hi, can you
podcast.
hear me? Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Yeah.
Okay, so for the billionth time now, I changed my idea and I totally forgot to tell you about this. I want to make something for perfumes.
Okay. I am having such a hard time keeping up. We are doing perfumes.
No,
Great.
I'm just I have multiple personalities. That's no one's fault, right? So I want to make like kind of a website to suggest like certain scents in very specific like such as your own personality, and then send them to your house, and it's gonna be really fun. And yeah, that's all.
That actually sounds really cool. Really cool. Like if we can pull this off, it
People
will be
will
really
say.
nice. Yeah. All right, Portia, what we're doing is we are discussing our problem statement and talking about what's the tool that we want to use. What's the prototyping tool that we want to use. And so guys, tell me this, okay? I'm going to let Portia finish, and then we'll do a poll just to decide if we want to do this contest individually or if we want to do it in teams. Yeah. So Portia, what is the problem statement, and what tool do you think is best suited for it?
Um, sorry, I'm sorry if I sound ill, by the way. Like with the problem statement, I know I've done it, but what is it again? Because like I feel like I've dealt with something like that, but I just don't remember exactly.
So it was basically, what problem do you want to solve? I remember from our conversations we were looking at climate change, and very
Oh,
specifically we were looking at oxygen, right? Like we spoke
oh
about.
yeah.
Yeah. So
Oh, definitely. Sorry about that. Sorry, the terminologies. Okay, so yeah, to do with oxygen, greenhouse gases, and energy. Um, and then solutions towards that. It's like
but how do you see this? Like, do you see it as an app? Is it a website? Is it a YouTube channel? What is the manifestation of this?
hmm, probably manifestation is designing a product and creating a society, or like a group. Um,
Okay,
could it be like
cool.
some sort of website actually?
All right. Okay, guys, I know that. Okay, I get the sense. I am just reading the room, but I'm getting a vibe that we are all feeling a little overwhelmed. Okay, and it's all right. Let's
I
all
would
just
say
like
I would say
breathe.
very confused. I'm not overwhelmed, just very confused. I would appreciate if you'd give us and like explain the directions again, but in a different way.
Yeah, and I'm also feeling like see, originally how we do this contest is that we divide you guys into groups, like the teams that you originally were in. But today, because we have 9 of us, I would have divided you into like maybe 3 groups of 3, 3, and 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, so 3, 3, 3 people in each group. And then, but the grouping would be done in such a way that you have similar topic people in your group. So let's say if there are 3 people who are working with something related to climate, then they would be in the same group. That's why I asked you guys to go around and tell me exactly uh, what is the topic that you're working on. The idea of this contest is that you actually build a prototype together. So each of you sort of brainstorm off each other. And let's say you decide, okay, we're going to build a website that's going to help people, you know, contribute less or raise awareness about climate change. But you would actually have to build the website by Tuesday. So you would have to talk about what are the different features in the website, what are the different resources we pull from, and how do we launch this? Do we do like an Insta live? Do we go to Clubhouse? Do we get do we do a big launch, or do we just send people messages over WhatsApp and say, hey, this is a website we've launched, please take a look at it, give us some feedback, right? So that's how traditionally this contest is done. The reason we do it in groups is because I feel like in just the brainstorming session, in just sketching out details of what is the design, um, what color palette do we use, if you're doing let's say you're not doing a website, if you're doing actually an app, then you have to draw out each layout of the app, right? And in that, working in a team is much easier than working individually. But I want to ask each of you, how are you feeling? Like, what are you, okay, if on a scale of 1 to 10, how confident are you about doing this in a group? I'm just going to like maybe pull a poll out because I feel like that's the easiest.
Like in
So
general.
confident.
Yeah.
Sorry, Nada, go on.
Sorry for interrupting. I meant
No,
how
go on. Yeah.
confident are we in doing it as a group compared to doing it individually, or compared to doing the whole thing at all?
No. Individually, you have to do it. And it's just group or individual.
Okay.
Wait, we'll just do.
Yara, sorry. You can go ahead.
No, I forgot what was I gonna say. You could just go on.
Guys, okay. How are we feeling? Are we feeling lost? Are we feeling too much is going on? Are we feeling like don't know?
I feel like a lot of people just
Positive
don't
right
know
now.
what the task is in a way. But is it just we're in a group and we create a product or service and we prototype it?
So I didn't want you guys to do this openly. Okay, cool. All right.
I have a question. If we're doing it as a group, we have to come up with a completely different idea than each of our individual ideas.
No, you can actually combine them and make something that can help all three of you. All right, great. I think we are going to go ahead with group because 6 out of 9 people said group. The 3 people who've said individual, honestly, if you just personally write to me on chat and tell me who you are, so just like personally write to me in chat and say, I want individual, I want individual, I want individual, then we can do 2 groups and 3 individuals. That's possible. Like, I want you guys to be comfortable first and foremost.
And
But I
make a
also,
joke.
yes, Portia, go on.
Oh, thank you. Like, I mean, I don't have a problem with like group. It's just, I guess I said individual because of like, I guess it's like a lack of confidence to work with other people. But then again, I have to learn how to do that. So I'm fine.
If that's the reason, then I'm just putting you guys into groups because that's
I can't speak for the other two people that voted individual.
no, okay, so this is how we are going to do this. We are going to do this in groups. I want all of you to go to the chat and the link to the PPT that I've put in, just press that and see if you can actually access it.
I already tried it and it works.
It works, right? All right, great. Okay. So this is what we're doing. All right. Your groups are made. I'm going to open the rooms. I have made the groups in such a way that it is possible that you're working in the same zone. Okay. And I'm going to one by one come to your rooms and we'll discuss the steps of what we do, how we do it, and by when we have to do it. All right. Okay, I'm going to open the rooms.
Wait. Nikita.
What? Okay, don't go. Yeah, tell me.
Do we have a specific timing to stay in the rooms?
Actually, no.
Amazing.
Because this really goes on till Tuesday. Because I don't expect you all to give me a prototype in like an hour. So this contest technically goes on till Tuesday. Today, all I want you all to decide by the end of this meeting. Can you hear me? Because I can't see the mic. Okay, yeah, I can see the mic.
Yeah, we
So
can hear you.
today, all I want you guys to do is come up with a timeline, with a topic, and with a platform. Like if you say that, okay, our team is going to build a website which has resources to women's safety. That's all I want. And it has to come to me by Wednesday morning. Okay, I'm going to give you one extra day. It has to come to me by Wednesday. So as long as you guys have set up a timeline saying, okay, today we do this, tomorrow we do this, Monday we do this, Tuesday we launch, or Wednesday we launch. That's all I need today. Topic, platform, timeline. Cool?
What do you mean by timeline?
I mean that you guys, before you leave the meeting today, you guys must have decided on, let's say, who is doing what. If somebody is responsible for getting content, if somebody is responsible for the designing, and if somebody else is responsible for, let's say, making a video. If these are the three tasks that you need done, then you should clearly know who is doing what, and you should have at least one more meeting planned without me. So if you tell me, Nikita, today we are deciding our roles, and then Monday we are all meeting again for half an hour just to check who is doing what and if somebody needs help. And then Wednesday, we'll submit our website to you. That's all I need.
Suggestion.
Yes, Nada, go on.
You said we have to do 2 to 5 prototypes. So let's say we do 3 prototypes and each one takes one based on what they're good at. Let's say someone's good at building apps, that will take an app prototype. Someone's good at building websites, that'll take a website prototype. And then someone's good at advertising, they would advertise on social media, that's their prototype. So each one takes a prototype instead of all of us working on one prototype.
Yeah. If your team feels that's the best way to go forward, that's great too. But I want you by Wednesday is actual prototypes. And I also, in today's meeting, I want you to really think through what is the customer experience. Okay. So that's why I will come in each room and I'll discuss with you. So tell me about your problem. Tell me what you thought. So the rooms will be open till however long you want. There's no time limit. But I really want you guys to get more clarity and actually do it. Like till now, you guys have been great at ideating, like one of the best batches who've come up with million of great ideas. But I need you guys to take that leap of faith and jump and just do it. Like the first time you actually build the thing is when you'll actually get confidence about, yes, this is possible, right? So we are just blindly jumping now. That's what this session is about, blindly jumping.
I have still like a question. Do you want
Yeah.
us to like create a real website or like a real social media platform for that idea?
Yeah.
Okay. And how do
Yep.
you want us to send it to you? Like, what do you
Send me the
expect?
link.
Do you want a PowerPoint in a way,
No,
or
no,
like?
no. Send me the link. Send me, Nikita. This is our website. That's the link. That's it.
Nikita, do we choose our groups?
I have made groups. I hope you like them. I
No,
have
like
tried my level.
everyone here. I just need emotional support.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, I think you like your group, Yara. Don't worry. Let me open the rooms. If anybody feels, text me on Discord if you guys are not happy with your group so that it's personal and between you and me. But I think you guys will like your groups. All right, go join the groups. Rim, are you here? Rim. Rim, 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 rim. Rim. Rim, 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 rim. But I hope all of you send in your prototypes by Wednesday morning. I'm really excited and really looking forward to it. So all the best. And believe me, if you take this step, I know each of you will feel confident to do it for your own products as well.
Nikita,
Yes, go on.
you just said Wednesday morning in your time zone, or?
Yeah, or in
Yeah.
all of our time zones.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's keep Wednesday 12 noon IST as the official time. So that's Wednesday morning for everyone's time zone.
Okay.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah.
Cool. Have a lovely weekend, guys. I'm so excited. And I know this can sometimes get overwhelming. So if you're ever anxious, if you ever feel like, oh my God, what is happening? I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just a ping away on Discord. Cool. So lovely to see so many faces. No, actually, just hear voices. I didn't get to see any faces. But yeah, so lovely to hear so many voices. And I'll see you guys next week. Bye. Have a lovely weekend.
Bye,
Bye.
Nikita.